I also just want to mention that this this crazy propaganda that and how Ukrainians became like really like stray dogs, uh, mad, completely mad. They're turning this war into like a crusade war against Russia, where they're completely obsessed with hatred for them. This is something that we are also seeing, um, and like a lot more Ukrainians will are joining forces by the support from I mean, this was supposed to be just military operation. Military people, you see, that as soon as they sign themselves to military, they're pretty much condemned. Uh, Basically, they are. Russia was going after the soldiers because they just wanted to demilitarize, and instead of that, it turned into a complete military, showdown. They're bringing in everything from the West just to like spark up this crazy Nazi plan, in which the Russians should not exist, and you see, so Russian like has to eliminate this threat to them, and they will stop at nothing. To support this is completely insane. The support of this is the aggression and in the indifference in such a huge manner that is being displayed by the West, that it is completely unacceptable. So even when the Pope said Russia reacted because the dog was barking at its steps, So this is what's happening here, and it's incredibly crazy. It's incredibly crazy what the the West and in this Canada and this stupid Americans are pushing us into. I mean, everybody, the whole European Union. I mean, this is just an awful, awful situation in which everything is misplaced and chaos can break, and it's all because of this bunch of little mad dogs which were infiltrated to cause chaos, and that chaos is being maintained until Russia will have no choice but to eliminate anybody that belongs to it, and more people are belonging to it. So Apocalypse Now, I wasn't too far off. I'm finding out I'm even closer with that song than I thought I was. It's incredible what people are being turned into, and to maintain these governments that are now in power in these countries is completely insane. So I call to everybody to like completely try to overthrow, like through elections, what in not non-voting, by not voting at all for anybody. I think like all these people are just completely made up to set up an apocalypse, and this is apocalypse in the sense where we will go before the judge before it's our time. We're not ready. People do not understand that we are not ready with the way we act to face God. So this control that we've lost over anything that is potentially good is very scary, and it will bring famine. It will bring uneasiness to the whole world. So um, you know, what's threatening us is that darkness will arrive. So I call for everybody to stop in any way that they can any government that is supporting a war um, and undermining that people die who may not have a way back to redemption. And you're gonna be there too. You're gonna get there. You, whoever created this war, whoever is doing what they're doing now, thinking about their own interests, whatnot, to wake up, because people are the only ones who matter, and the hurt that we inflict on others is the only thing that God has to deal with. And this is something that we don't want to impose on people, any kind of pain, hunger, uncertainty. This is all because, really death comes suddenly, and what happens after that is a question. But that God exists is definitely not a question anymore. Even what happens after life is not a question. I just wonder whether you ever be able to recuperate. I have recuperated. However, some people have caused so much damage that yet have so much power to perhaps overturn. These people who cause so much damage have a certain power to undo the damage and go in a different direction and save as many as they have killed and harmed. I mean, but that's a far shot, seriously. I mean, um so in the end it all gets resolved one way or the other, but we should fight for power that obliges us to something that's good, really. We should be obliged to something that's good. Otherwise, we somehow fade. It's just how we're made. Okay. So fight the power, this nonsense that's overwhelming us. The nonsense is overwhelming us, and we don't understand it. Something completely unsavoring is taking place, and keep that in mind, because it may remain for a very long time.